This is an open box review of the K and F concept variable ND filter. It's 2-400 58 millimeters B series. Now this filter will allow you to record outside during the day when the sun is out with a shallower depth of field, and keeping your shutter speed at, well, in my case at 1/50th of a second, because I'm recording in 24p. And this is a 2-to-9 stop ND filter. Now the filter comes inside this little plastic case which protects it. It's kept safe, and it's a hard case, so you can carry it around without having to worry about it getting scratched or dirty. Now this filter has these markings on the outside, has this little white triangle on the top. Once you screw it onto your lens, that little white triangle ends up like at the top of your lens, and that way you can tell with these little dots how dark your image, or how many stops you have darkened the image. It has a minimum and a maximum amount that it can darken it. Like for example, once you put it on, it has a 2-stop darkening, like right there in the minimum. It's darkening your image by 2 stops, since it's a 2-to-9 ND filter. So you can see here, if you turn it, you can turn it either way, to the right or to the left, and it will darken and lighten your image. So I got this ND filter for my 16mm f1.2, and you just screw it onto the front like this. So I did that, and then after I had it like that, I wanted to put the lens hood on, but unfortunately the lens hood is not the lens hood is small, so once you have your filter on, you can't put your lens hood on. So what I had to do is I had to remove my ND filter, put my lens hood on, and then I had to try and put my ND filter on there, which was kind of hard because it's kind of a tight fit, and you have to turn it like this and make sure you don't scratch the glass on your lens. And if I ever want to record video, to be able to turn it, I have to put my hand on the front if I have my lens hood on. Video is without the ND filter on. It's at 1/50th of a second shutter speed, f16 ISO 100. This one is with the ND filter on at shutter speed 1/50 ISO 100. I will be turning the ND filter so you can see how the background is gonna get blurrier, and it's gonna allow you to do that. This is at 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, 4 stops. As I turn it from the minimum to the maximum, the background is gonna get blurrier, and you're gonna be able to have a shallower depth of field with your lens wide open if you have an ND filter on. And I also did a video of the sky so you can see, and I'm also turning it from the minimum to the maximum. Now this lens, once you reach the maximum amount, a dark X appears on the filter. So once you go a little past 9 stops, well, this is an 8 stops right here. This is like maximum amount. it starts showing up. So what I had to do is I had to decrease the darkening on the ND filter by 2 stops so that it will go away. Like right here, this is 2 stops right there, less from the maximum amount. And so that's the only bad thing, is that this is from 2 stops to 9 stops. It's going to darken your image, which in my case, I think it's not enough. You need a filter that will darken your image a little bit more, so you don't reach that maximum amount and that X darkening your image appears. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna get a filter that goes from 1 to 11 stops of light, but it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. So that is it. Thank you. Subscribe.